What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to the Pentagon challenge. So here we are, we have our end of season. We have the last game of the season as well. I decided to live com that. We'll continue a few days forward. We'll get all the sort of end of season rewards and awards handed out. And then I'll meet you back at probably the start of the season. So the league itself, where did we finish? Well, we won it. You know, we thought we were going to win it, and we did. Currently a game spare with 4 points ahead. So we actually confirmed it in the last match with a draw to Seoul, because Chunnam, who at one point could have, wow, I like that kit. Actually, I like both of them kits. At one point, they could have actually, have gone on to win it, especially once they drew to us 0-0. If they'd have beaten Pohang, they would have been, what was it? They'd have been 1 point behind us, which meant going into the last game of the season, they still could have mathematically have won the league. But of course, as you can see, their poor run of form at the end of the season for them was what really threw away their chances. So, end of the day, it's great for us. Back-to-back league titles for us. It doesn't actually say it yet, but it will, of course. And if we're going past winners as well, as you can see, I said at the start of the season that this league is very tough to consistently win. And if you look at the past winners, you can see that it is. You know, no team has won it back-to-back since this team down here, Seongnam, who have won it 3 times in a row in the 2000s. So early noughty. So it's been great to win this back-to-back, and I believe it wasn't particularly predicted from us that we'd win it back-to-back. As you can see, Jean Buck are actually meant to be dead-on favourites to win this, and they've had an abysmal season. So it's been very good for us in the league. Of course, that means we're league and cup double winners, and all you can win domestically in Korea is a double. So the fact that we've done that shows we are the best team in Korea by far. You know, and it really is a shame that we weren't able to win, or at least progress through to the Champions League final. In the final itself, the team we beat ended up losing it. Al Ain ended up going on to win it from the United Arab Emirates. So on penalties as well, so it shows it was a tight, a close match. And realistically, if we'd have gone through, I'm sure, on the day, we could have done enough to beat Al Ain, who, look at that, they played better than them. So I just don't feel the better team went through in the semi-final. And as a result, the final, I just feel we could have been a little bit more fortunate, and actually, a little bit more fortunate, yeah. Fortunate, there we go, I said it correctly, and have won that. But it's a real shame. I still think, we'll be favourites next year to win it in the Champions League. Let's go on and we'll talk about this as we go into the game. Last game of the season, this is going to be the team. Pretty standard of what we've been playing the second half of the season. And I'll talk about a few things that have also happened off the field of play whilst this match is going on. It'll be a good time to sort of catch up. So, one thing I want to point out as well before we go into this match is Pohang. They have Park Ji-sung, yes, the Manchester United QPR, 39 years of age. But this guy is still pretty immense for the level. Look at them ratings, despite the age. Great player. I personally wouldn't even mind having him in my side today. But in terms of off the pitch, we are in the Hall of Fame now for South Korea. I believe we're like 8th or 7th. Still not anywhere else in like continent or in the Asian continent, in the worldwide, or in nation, in English managers. We've grown in our reputation though. Our reputation has grown by quite a bit, and the reason I'm saying that is because we're now getting offers from teams. In the past, we've had to apply to teams to get to show that we're interested, then we're under consideration. Now we are being offered jobs, and we've actually had Napoli offer me a job, which is actually quite a big quite a big team to get Napoli. I've also had QPR, the Premier League, offer me a job, and I believe that is it, just them 2 teams. But still Napoli as well to me is a very big team. It shows that we're definitely growing as in our reputation now, and I wouldn't be surprised if we could get a top team in North America, definitely. Maybe a year or 2 away from getting South America. And of course, if we can continue to win these trophies, it won't be too long before we are being offered the top jobs in like South America and Europe. Because to me, even Napoli, they are a top team in Europe. They're having an off season. I think they're like 14th or something. They sacked Benitez, and we weren't even in like when they do the odds and they tell you who's most likely to win. I mean, not win, get the job. We weren't in that list. So for them to offer it to me shows that, we may not be included in these things, but we are, a good manager. We are seen as a top manager in the world. So that's really, really good to see. Elsewhere, we've had a few sort of things happen in terms of transfers. I've already sort of looked at players that I really want to sign, and there are a lot of good Korean talents that I think more willing to join me now because, you know, winning 2 league titles in a row and an FA Cup. I think a lot of the Korean players are now seeing us as a major team. But I don't know, maybe in the past they thought we were just a second fiddle team, especially after our poor season last year. Well, we won the league last year, but, you know, still teams weren't really willing to join us. I guess they maybe thought it was a fluke or something. But now a lot more Korean players have become available, and as a result, I'm really considering signing a few of them. Going into next season, I want to sell a few of our foreigners. Al Sawaidi is going to be one of them. Not been too great this season. In comparison to last year as well, he was quite poor. So I want to get rid of him. And there's a good Korean right attacking midfielder I want to bring in. And it's actually a good Japanese one as well I want to bring in. So, you know, I'm looking at a few players. I want to sell Brady. I've not been happy with him. Not been playing as good. We're signing John Obi Mikel. That is something that has already happened. So John Obi Mikel will be joining the club at the start of the new season, which is great news. Really good experienced centre defensive mid. I think he'll do a great job at this level of football. Still, so we'll be looking to sell Brady, looking to sell Al Sawaidi as well. Elsewhere, Julia, I should say, is going to stay, and so is Pasalic, who is currently injured today, which is why it's not in the squad. But yeah, so, you know, we're still keeping the main... 2 of our foreigners. We're going to be looking to bring in 2 more. Looking to bring in a lot more Korean talent as well. A few better Korean players. Because some of the Korean players here aren't great. I really need to strengthen the left back role. Centre back is something as well I need to strengthen on. I'm maybe considering. I'm sort of tossing it up whether I want to spend that little bit more money on bringing in maybe a good, you know, foreign talent in that centre back role and just bring in, as I said, a Korean right attacking midfielder. But it will depend on the money I get as well, whether these things go through. Because, you know, you know, a lot of these foreign players, well, a lot of these players will cost money to get from Korean teams. You know, you're not really going to be selling your best talents to other Korean teams. If anything, they're going to be off to Europe. There is an actual Korean player in Europe I'm looking at. He plays for Deportivo La Coruña, so I'm looking to try and bring him in if I can. But again, it all comes down to a transfer budget. You know, if we can get a good sizable transfer budget, I'm sure we can win the Champions League next season, because I'm looking to bring in some, you know, great players for the level of football. As I said before, you know, like John Obi Mikel, great player for this level of football. I'm looking to bring in as well more Korean players that have sort of been fringe last few years. They'll be coming in next season. But I'm really excited, and actually something that ran through my mind as well is Julia can play left attacking mid, and I was considering maybe just even dropping him back there and seeing if we could bring in a Korean striker. There's not many great ones out there, but there is one quite experienced striker, and I think, you know, experience is great. We have a very young squad. I think the average age is like 22, so adding experience up front could be a very beneficial thing, although it could also backfire, because again, he plays for John Buck, and they're not going to be really inclined to want to sell him to us, you know, the people who've won the league back to back and the FA Cup this season as well. You know, you don't really want to be selling your best players to someone that is going to be battling in the same position as you. But of course, again, you know, once we get closer to them dates, you know, closer to, like, you know, the start of the new season, and, you know, the actual transfer windows opens up and we're looking to sell players and things like that, then it will become more clear, you know, what I'm going to do, you know, who's actually available, who's in my price range, how many players can I get, things like that. So to win the last day of the season, that's great. Ends off a fantastic year. We end up finishing 8 points clear of second place. That is a great gap to have achieved. Let's send the assistant there. Let's continue forward. What's this WAFF championship? What is that? I'm interested in that. Is that an international thing? It's the Middle Eastern, isn't it? What is this actual title? It's not the W. What is this, like? I wonder if I go over it. Western Asia Footballing Federation Championship. It's basically the Middle Eastern countries playing it out. I don't think there's any jobs there that I'd be really willing to take over to win that tournament. There you go, though. End of season meeting. Passionately, great season, lads. You've done brilliantly for the title. Go away, get yourself fully rested, and going, because we're going to be going again next time round. This is exactly the sort of reaction. Only 2 people reacted, but, you know, it's still better than nothing. Half the time I have these meetings and no one reacts. At least it's not negative, you know. That's what I think of half the time. The signing you've signed and proven successful. The fans are delighted with Julia. He has been great so far in his career for us. 2.9 million, so quite a hefty fee. But when you look at his ratings and stuff, I'm chuffed that he's fit in. And he didn't really look like he was going to be particularly great in the first like 3 or 4 games, but he's turned it around brilliantly. I think we'll have 5 weeks of pre-season. That should be enough. Looking at some player stats, actually. A lot of great players in this team. Julia's been great. Of course, Ademi, you can't forget his first half of the season contribution. Al Sawaidi has done well, you know, 7 rating. but not as good as last year. And I just feel, as I said, that foreigner spot that he fills, I think it could be best spent in other areas of the pitch now. And as you can see, he's not even playing in his actual position. So I've sort of been inclined to do that. Maybe Shinji could come in, I don't know. But again, I feel there could be better players out there. If we can't sell Kagawa, I will probably end up going with him because he's on such a large wage bill and such a large wage that I might as well be playing him. But ideally, I would be bringing in a natural left-sided player, a natural right-sided player, and then, you know, maybe a centre-back and a left-back. You know, I'm looking to strengthen a lot of positions this summer, or this winter, I should really say, because it's the different seasons. But, you know, again, it depends massively on the budget I get. You know, I don't know. Financially, I think we're sound financially. I haven't checked the finances in a long time. It's not something I really worry about here. Yeah, we were 10 million in deposit, so, you know, we're positive. So, you know, it still should be fine financially. They should offer me a relatively large wage budget. We've not made like a massive loss this season. In fact, it's a little bit more than last year, but I think that we've not yet received our big money for the month. You know, new youth team sponsorship deal. Oh, I want to get something like that at ABBA. I looked for a parent club as well. I was unable to find a good parent club. I was hoping a big European team would come in for me and say, you know, we'll pay you millions to sort of use your club as a way of advertising in Asia. And there you go, look at that, another big job offer. Inter Milan have offered me a job. And of course, I've got no interest personally in joining these guys yet, so I'm not even gonna entertain them with an interview. But we've grown so much. What is our profile looking like? We're still continental, as you can see. So, you know, for us to be getting offered these sorts of things, it is really great. You know, it shows that we've grown from a Kichi, you know, starting off very small, a Kichi, a Hong Kong rated division, who their division was only 1-star reputation. How are they doing recently? Kichi, South China got back in there 1 year. That was the year we left actually, but Kichi been dominating since. As you see, I don't have the league open, so they're sort of deteriorated. But yeah, you know, to grow from a 1-star reputed league now to being offered jobs in Syria, who are a, what was it, 4.5, I believe? 4-star reputed league, the second best league in Europe. Again, Napoli, as I said, they're having a bad year, but they're still, you know, in Europa League as well. So it's been really crazy what we've been offered. But my job here isn't done yet, which is a shame because again, I felt this year it could have been the year. This could have been our year to win that treble, and then I would have left at the end of the season with a treble to my name. But we're going to have to wait another year. And, you know, next year could be a different story. You know, we could have a bad year with Suwon and get sacked. We didn't have a very good start to last season. I mean, to this season that we currently had, you know, if we go on past positions, which is something I've not done. Oh, I've clicked on my team name. We've gone on past positions. As you can see, we had a very poor start to the season. It was only the latter, you know, 2/3 that we really started playing well. Here's some player stats, actually. We'll look at this. I haven't done this for a few years. Goals, we don't really have an out-and-out goal scorer, but actually, if you look at, maybe because Ademi's not here, if we look at, oh, there is Ademi, actually. Ademi was 6, Julia was 6. You know, I'm sure if they'd had a full season, they would have been somewhere around there at least, so that's something to have at least. Assists, we get a lot of assists from a lot of our players. Hong Chul plays left attacking mid and left back for us. So, you know, he sort of, whenever he plays left attacking mid, he gets involved. Chung Hoon has been great. I've been playing him in multiple positions this season. Pasalic is just so good for this level. So chuffed to have him. When's his contract running out? Next year. I need to make sure I can tie him down to a new deal. I wanted to get the awards up, but what's currently being played? The relegation playoff, of course, we'll have to wait for that to finish. I've also been looking at international management as well, and nothing's, as you can see, on like job security and stuff. No one's currently looking like they're going to leave. World Cup qualification, I think after the World Cup will be the time that we can actually legitimately see, you know, whether we're going to be a team, or whether we can get an actual national team that will help us compete to sort of win these big domestic awards, you know, maybe Brazil, the likes of Argentina, maybe Mexico in North America, something like that, you know. These are sorts of nations where you can actually win trophies on the international stage. I don't want to join a team anymore like, who was it currently, I know, like, insecure, Montenegro. I don't want to join someone like that, you know. That's not going to benefit me in any way. Maybe I'll qualify for a World Cup with them, but is that going to benefit my career really? Am I going to win trophies? No, and I really want to win trophies at every club I go to. And also something I noticed quickly, Torrents, who was a great player at the Olympics, can't stop scoring them for Spain either. So he's a great player there. Maybe in the future we can link up at a club. That would be great, because my God, he has got some talent, that lad. Still no end of season stuff. Laurent Blanc took over. Who left? Did he leave Monaco or Stuttgart? I wonder if they'll come in for us. I think we have quite a low compensation fee, so I think a lot of clubs are looking to bring us in. Because as well, the K-League Classic is a pretty big league. Look, 2.5 stars. It's not too bad. No, it's not too far off some of the lower mid-Europe leagues let's think Denmark, Scotland, something like that. Us winning that 2 times in a row. It's still a good achievement. You still can't take anything away from that. It's still hard to do it. Here we go. Here are some awards now. We are now the most decorated team in K-League Classic history. That is a great accomplishment. We broke the average attendance record, 32,160. We actually broke the record for highest appearance at a game in this Seoul match. 53,833 people rocked up. But then again, it is the 2 biggest teams in Korea, and plus we won the league in that match, so that's why you get such a big crowd. Elsewhere, anything else we're really involved with? I don't really need to be subscribed to the MLS. That's a bit annoying. No. I don't really need to see any of these MLS things. We didn't pick up Fantastic Player of the Year, nor K-League Player of the Year. It's a little bit of a shame. Anything else we're going to pick up? I don't think so. We picked up Goalkeeper of the Year for the 2nd year running. Our goalkeeper has picked that one up, which is great. Best defence in the league. If I go on stages, 31 goals conceded. By far the best defence in the league. We're so hard to break down, which is sort of why it annoys me that we're losing games like this, like Jeju 4-0 and 5-0 and things like that. Those are disappointing results at the end of the season, but still best defence in the league. Anything else? I win Manager of the Year. That's a great accomplishment. Something to add again to the sort of record. Anything else happening? Fair play. I don't think that makes a difference. We actually came. Where did we come in at? 2nd. That's good. We don't give away many bookings and stuff like that. And in fact, did we get a player sent off this season? I don't remember getting a player sent off. Can we? Oh, wrong thing. Can we see that? Red cards. We got 1 sending off. Who was it again? It was I can't remember. It was actually not that long ago. Injuries. Where was that? Was it the start of the season? It didn't feel like that long ago. There you go. Yong Chan, who doesn't even play for us. He doesn't even play for us regularly. He's been on the reserves most of this time. I actually signed him last year. I completely forgot about that. I need to look to get rid of this guy. He's not good enough. He needs to go. Quite a harsh reality, but the younger players now are better than him. But this is going to be it for now, guys. We ended up getting to the end of season things, which I wanted to do. Picked up another award for ourselves. Of course, we won the league cup double. This is a fantastic achievement to get after just 2 years as well. Especially again, it's such a contrast to the last few years. The first year or half a year that we were here, where we were almost sacked. We almost got relegated. So to be where we are now is a good achievement. I'm going to say no comment to that. But let's go on our profile once again. We have 8 trophies to our name, 1 runners-up. We also had 3 personal awards, 1 second place and 1 third place. Of course, when we go into our history and our achievements and go on our entire career, we have won our 5 competitions with Kitchi, our 2 with Wits, and our 3 with Suwon, and our 1 with the Spanish under-23s. So next time we get back will be the start of the season. I have the first game live con. We'll have all the transfer to go through. Hopefully I'll have had a lot of action gone. I really want to, make this team unbeatable this season, probably. Near enough unbeatable, not actually 0 defeats, but just one of the best teams in Asia, one of the best teams Asia has ever seen. So, this will be for now, guys. Until next time, peace out.